Ricky the Hitman Hatton, a name that echoes through British boxing history, a symbol of grit, courage, and working-class pride. From Manchester's small boxing gyms to the roaring crowds of Las Vegas, Hatton became more than a fighter. He became a national hero. But behind the cheers, bright lights, and championship belts was another story, a story of pain, depression, addiction, and redemption. This is the untold story of Ricky Hatton, his rise, his fall, and his fight outside the ring. Part 1. Humble Beginnings in Manchester. Ricky Hatton was born on October 6, 1978, in Stockport, Greater Manchester. He grew up in a close-knit, working-class family. His father, Ray, was a former footballer, and his mother, Carol, was the one who supported his early interests in boxing. Ricky wasn't born a prodigy. He built himself through sweat, bruises, and sheer determination. He joined the Phoenix Camp Gym in Manchester, a tough, old-school environment that shaped his fighting style. Relentless pressure, body shots, and fierceless aggression. From the beginning, his dream was clear: to bring world titles back to Manchester. 2. The rise of the Hitman. In 1997, Ricky turned professional. Fans quickly noticed something special. He was small but powerful, always moving forward like a bulldozer. His signature move? The devastating left hook to the body. That single punch ended careers and earned him his iconic nickname, the Hitman. He went on a blazing unbeaten run, 38 straight wins. He became the IBF light welterweight champion after defeating the legendary Kostya Tszyu in 2005, a fight many call one of the greatest nights in British boxing history. The Manchester Arena was electric that night. Thousands of fans saying, "There's only one Ricky Hatton," and they meant it. Hatton was one of them, a lad from their streets who conquered the world. After that victory, Hatton became a superstar. He was now one of Britain's most beloved athletes. 3. The Vegas Dream. Ricky's success carried him across the Atlantic. America, the biggest stage in boxing. He fought and won against big names like Luis Colasso, Carlos Massa, and Juan Urango. Each victory expanded his legend. Then came the fight that would define his career: Floyd Mayweather Jr. in December 2007. It was billed as undefeated versus undefeated. Hatton was 43-0. Mayweather was 38-0. Las Vegas was full of British fans. Thousands flew across the ocean, singing, drinking, believing in their man. But Mayweather was on another level. His defensive genius neutralized Hatton's pressure, and in the 10th round, Mayweather landed a devastating left hook that sent Hatton crashing into the corner post. The referee stopped the fight. Ricky Hatton had lost his undefeated record and a piece of his identity. 4. The fall begins. That night changed everything. The loss didn't just bruise Hatton's record, it wounded his pride and confidence. He took a year off but tried to rebuild. In 2009, he faced another superstar, Manny Pacquiao. It ended brutally. In just 2 rounds, Pacquiao knocked him out cold with a thunderous left hook. That knockout became one of the most replayed moments in boxing history. But for Hatton, it was trauma, physical and psychological. In interviews years later, Hatton admitted that after the Pacquiao fight, he fell into deep depression. He didn't know how to cope with the silence after the fame. "I used to go to the pub, drink until I couldn't remember anything, and then sit in the dark crying. I didn't want to live anymore." These were his own words. Behind the tough exterior, Hatton was battling his demons. 5. The dark side of fame. Fame is a double-edged sword. For years, Ricky was in the spotlight, celebrated, photographed, idolized. But once he stopped fighting, the lights went out, and he was left alone. He turned to alcohol, he used drugs, he gained weight and became the subject of cruel media jokes. Tabloids published before and after photos mocking his appearance. That humiliation deepened his depression. He said in one interview, "Everyone loved me when I was winning, but when I was down, it felt like no one cared. I was drinking every day. I was trying to drink myself to death." Ricky Hatton later admitted that he even attempted suicide several times. He described sitting alone, cutting himself, crying, and wondering if life was worth living. But what saved him, ironically, wasn't fame or money. It was love for his daughter, for his parents, and eventually for himself. 6. The road to recovery. Around 2010-2011, Ricky finally decided to seek help. His family intervened, and he entered therapy for depression and addiction. He publicly admitted his mistakes and urged other athletes to speak about mental health. He said, "If my story can help just one person not to go down the road I went down, then I've done something good." Ricky began training young fighters. He opened Hatton Promotions and Hatton Boxing Gym, helping a new generation of boxers find success. This step wasn't just about boxing. It was about healing. He learned to transform his pain into purpose. 7. Mental health advocate. Over time, Ricky became a voice for mental health awareness in sports. He worked with organizations to promote emotional well-being among athletes. He spoke openly about the pressures boxers face, the fear of losing, the emptiness after retirement, the danger of silence when mental pain builds up. He told fans, "If I can be knocked down in life and get back up, so can you." Because a fighter never truly loses until he stops fighting. This message resonated with millions. Ricky was no longer just a boxer. He was a symbol of resilience. 8. Return to the ring, the comeback fight. In 2012, after 3 years of retirement, Hatton shocked the world. He announced a comeback fight. He trained harder than ever, determined to prove that he could still do it. He faced Vyacheslav Sinchenko in Manchester. The crowd was louder than ever. Hatton's fans never abandoned him. But after 9 hard rounds, Sinchenko landed a body shot. Hatton went down, couldn't beat the count, and lost. For some fighters, that would have been humiliation. But for Ricky, it was liberation. After the fight, he said emotionally, "I needed to know if I could still do it. I found out I couldn't, but I'm okay with that. I'm happy. I can walk away now." That night, he finally found peace. 9. Life after boxing. After hanging up the gloves, Hatton focused on coaching and family. He trained fighters like Nathan Gorman, Janne Jakaryanov, and even his own son, Campbell Hatton, who is now building a professional career. Seeing his son follow his path gave him pride and purpose. Ricky said, "I made mistakes, but if my boy can learn from them, then they weren't wasted." He also became a popular boxing pundit and TV personality, appearing on sports programs and reality shows. Hatton rediscovered happiness, not in fame or belts, but in balance. 10. Lessons from Ricky Hatton's journey. Ricky's story is more than boxing. It's about life. It's about how success can sometimes destroy a person if they're not emotionally ready for it. It's about how strength isn't only shown in the ring, but also in the courage to ask for help. His journey teaches us that even heroes can break. Mental health struggles don't care about fame or wealth. 2. Failure doesn't define you. Every setback is a step towards understanding who you really are. 3. Talking saves lives. Ricky's openness about his depression encouraged many athletes to seek help. 4. Redemption is possible. You can fall to your lowest point and still find your way back. 11. The Hitman's Legacy. Ricky Hatton's boxing record stands